Good morning kids, welcome to my channel. Today I will introduce you to your grandfather. Your grandfather lives in Mersin in the south of Turkey and it is so hot here. I really want you to meet your grandfather because he's older than your grandma. I'm not sure if you're gonna meet him in person and I want you to know him. In Turkish we have a saying, aslan yattığı yerden bellidir. I want to show you his place. This is the room that I'm staying in. There are two beds here. He bought this apartment furnished and the people that lived here before him, they had kids. This is actually a summer house, so they didn't use it in the winter, but anyway, so this is the bed I sleep in and this is like the chair, but it's a bed and that's my suitcase here. And we have this fan, but I personally don't use it. This is your grandfather's library. Like, he has so many books. Well, he is not religious, but he reads a lot on the history of religion and philosophy. This apartment is very sunny all day. And this is his little, study area. I'm sure they're organized a little bit. This area has philosophy and that part has more of like religion and this part has more of political like theory and history, and this is your great grandfather. And here, I don't know what's here. I just feel very overwhelmed by the amount of books here. Like, I feel like the most ignorant person. Even without seeing books, I feel very dumb. But, like, seeing all this and not reading a page of it makes me feel bad about myself. This handsome man here is your grandfather. He's currently going through a goatee phase. I'm hoping it's a phase. And actually seeing a man do the dishes is a very rare occasion in Turkey. Meanwhile, these lace clothes in the kitchen cabinet are not very rare. They're a very Turkish essential household staple. I saw these in some other countries, like in Eastern European countries as well, and they really give that family home vibe to any place. Here we have one in the coffee table as well. And here is a small rug. These rugs are used a lot in the Mediterranean region. I sit at that couch all day, looking at my phone, reading a book. Right now I'm reading this one. It's a short novel by Pushkin. It's really good, and after that I want to read this. I will write the English translation, but it's a pretty famous book. It's a bit outdated, but still I think it would be useful. And here's some more lace and your grandfather's stuff. Again, books. And we have a balcony. Wow, it's very sunny here. It's a very short walk from here, and maybe I'll take you. There is always a construction going on here because there is no inşaat yasağı in Mersin. So it starts very early in the morning too, so they're like our alarm clock. We're having breakfast now. Your grandfather cannot live without his honey and everybody knows it. When I was younger, I called him a bear. And he's having his oatmeal with it. I haven't seen any Turkish man who is so into his oatmeal. I think he got it from when he was living in the UK. We also have boiled eggs for protein, and I'm having a very traditional summer breakfast, which is cheese with watermelon. There is nothing to do here, so I developed habits that I probably won't use once I go back to the city. I put on sunscreen even though I don't go out because I don't want to get old. In my 20s, I already have that fear of getting old. Basically, what I do all day is read a bit, edit a bit, just a bit. And then I watch YouTube videos, like a lot of commentary channels. While we have all these books lying there, I outsource intellectual knowledge from YouTube. I feel like it's productive as it can be because here the time passes weirdly. Until the afternoon, it doesn't pass at all. After 2 p.m., it's like, if this isn't hot girl summer, I don't know what is. I found two of the same book. This happens a lot, and it's not only your grandfather, your grandma does that too. She buys books and then she buys them again because apparently they forget because they didn't read it, otherwise they would remember. Here is a book that I found that might be useful for me. It has like short definitions of things that, people should know to be considered intellectual. Yeah, it's like a dictionary. Actually, it's called the Holy Book of Intellectuals. Pretty funny, I think. I really like this apartment because it reminds me of the 90s. The only thing that kills the 90s vibe is that we have Wi-Fi. I don't even remember 90s, but it just feels like it has the vibe of the quintessential Turkish apartment in the 90s. This strange situation where there's this metal door, kind of looks like a fan. People have doors like this and they open the door of the apartment so that there is wind through that, area. And I haven't seen this in any other place in my life. It's very interesting to me. We can hear, especially if they have kids or if they are living in a loud household, we hear their conversations. And we don't close this at night either. We just leave it open. Even when we go out, we don't close it. So my dad, he went to Pazar to buy fresh vegetables. I thought to myself, I should go with him and I should, vlog. I just felt so lazy because it's so hot and I would just be doing it for the sake of vlogging. I think we will go to the beach and I will take you. We go after 5 p.m. because I actually don't like beaches a lot. I don't like the sun because I can't see in the sun. And I'm hoping that won't be a problem. After 5 or even 6, it's nicer, a little bit cooler. The Mediterranean Sea is very warm. It's kind of like swimming in a piss puddle, especially if you go earlier. But even when you go in the evening, it's very hot compared to other coastal regions in Turkey. And this is our view from the kitchen. I don't really have lunch because it's so hot, I can't swallow anything solid. I just keep eating fresh fruits and water. Yeah. Look at this cup. It's a Christmas mug. I want to make a confession. God, it's so bright here. I feel like I wouldn't be able to live long term in this place because it's very bright and I have to hide in the dark corners. I have to change my location when the sun moves around. But anyway, the confession that I want to make is that I actually don't like vlogging. I don't like watching vlogs because it looks so fake. And I'm trying to make this as realistic as possible. Even the fact that I'm talking about vlogging now while I vlog is extremely hyper real. If I wasn't vlogging, I wouldn't be thinking about and talking about it and it just wouldn't be my normal day. I like vlogs that are kind of amateur and unedited. I realize I really cannot tolerate those perfectly edited, very clean looking vlogs. It just looks so annoying. Even when I'm filming this, I feel very self-conscious about sharing about my personal life because even though I'm filming this for my kids, and honestly the reason I decided to do that is because filming it for my kids is more meaningful, but at the same time I know other people are watching it. I'm trying not to share as many personal things. I don't know, when you film vlogs or when you talk about your personal life, at least when I talk about my personal life, I don't think that, someone is gonna think of me that way or this way. I used to not think about that, but now I kinda do think about it, and I don't know why that started. I think the reason is that I used to make more informative content, like videos on maladaptive daydreaming disorder or my experience as a psychology student, like things that I shared my experience and shared information. And now I'm just filming for like literally no purpose, just to share my life and yeah, my experiences and my thoughts. But like there is more of me in it, and I think that's why it is scarier. If I had to summarize your grandfather in 3 adjectives, that would be balanced, pragmatic, and disciplined. He's the opposite of me in many ways. Our shared trait, which is introversion, is keeping us from arguing a lot because we don't really talk that much. He's an engineer and he's good with data. And in my observation, even when he studies history, he's studying it as a STEM major. His subtle emotional expressions would force you to guess and calculate what is going on in his head, and usually a lot is going on. And I think the two-sidedness of all his arguments is another habit from his days in England. Yeah, this is your grandfather. Kurban Bayramı is next week, so they set up these things to sell animals for sacrifice. It's definitely not my favorite tradition. It's bloody and it stinks and it makes me wanna go vegan. But I'm not that strong-willed yet. We will see in the future.